that are toilet units that have a sink attached to it.
Alligator Alcatraz is a concentration camp, and the conditions are unsuitable for human decency. These people are being rounded up without proper due process and subjected to these deplorable living conditions. Those particular toilet units that she showed are actually standard in most prison facilities, from the county level to higher level, like level 5 facilities. I've had friends, families, co-workers talk to me about their time in the prison systems, from the county jail level to state and private prisons. As far as from what I've heard about the conditions of the food and the privacy and the living quarters, I'm not surprised, because it fits with what I've heard from different people. The makeshift cage that she calls it, the wire fencing around the sleeping quarters, there's a facility in Arizona that's like that. Tent City, they call it. Those particular toilet units, those are standard in high security prisons and county jails. The food description, that's pretty much all prisons. They'll get sack lunches that will contain peanut butter jelly, bologna sandwiches. To get proper food accommodations, you have to go through a process, and I've heard of people taking forever to get their accommodations for food. And when they do get the food, depending on the facility, because I've heard that in county jails the food is much higher quality, but it's still supplied by companies like Cisco or Aramark. And then, of course, depending on the funding, if it's a state prison or if it's a private prison, the food is pretty much just overcooked, overboiled, lacks seasoning, lacks flavor. The nutrition meets the minimal standards requirement, but a friend of mine told me about how his stomach was just torn up from the low quality food. It's basically just noodles and soy, and not even high quality soy. He told me about people who were on a special diet that they couldn't even have any of the regular food because it could contain soy in it, because they were on a renal diet. The conditions that the people are going through in Alligator Alcatraz are the conditions of the everyday prisoner here in America. America doesn't care about rehabilitation. It doesn't even really care about punishment. It just cares about making money. And state prisons are going towards privatized prisons because states just don't want to deal with the headache. They would rather have privatized prisons deal with all of that and foot the bill when it comes to taking care of, or really detaining, these people. I say taking care of because there is a minimal requirement of keeping them alive, not keeping them well. Most prisons need to have a 98 or 99% capacity rate. Especially with privatized prisons, this is a problem because then it motivates local judicial systems to cause more people to go into these systems so that the privatized prisons can make more money. And then, of course, the big circle with lobbying and back scratching and hand washing. The people being detained in Florida deserve proper treatment and to be treated like people. That being said, all people in the prison system, doesn't matter their crime, because there are the worst and the best of the different kinds of prisoners that are all experiencing the same conditions. Okay? The man who goes to prison for multiple violations of traffic laws is in the same prison as murderers, and they're all under the same conditions. And this could be your father, your brother, your mother, your son. I understand that these people committed crimes and they broke the law, but they deserve to have a level of decency that allows them to not have such a miserable life while they are working out their crimes.